Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Running just a few minutes late for my Monday mornings. My goal is to get these off and popping right at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time to kick off the day. Um, been focused on a little bit of leadership stuff over the last couple of days. Been thinking about that in terms of all the new stuff we've got going on. Looking at just the huge team that I've got coming on. Man, oh man, I was so excited about our team over the last couple of days and how everybody's jumped on and is becoming founding members of our newest Elevate program that we have going on. Absolutely cool and excited to be about that. It's cool when they have 2,000 founding member positions, for lack of a better word, and our team has already dominated with 200, locking in 200 of those positions, which is absolutely cool. We'll see where we're going here. We'll see how it rolls out today. Totally excited about that. When you get out and hustle, and you have a cool business coming out the gate, and you add a new product lineup, and gives opportunity for someone to create a completely standalone um, uh, stream of income all by itself that has nothing to do with the other business, other than the fact it's under the same umbrella. It's absolutely awesome to be part of that. So I'm going to go over the 5 pillars of authentic leadership. I've also got, for those of you on, I've got 3 additional articles on leadership. One of them talks about how Jeff Bezos uses curiosity in leadership. So very, very neat to get people to take action. Very, very neat article. So if you like those articles, just shoot me a private message and say articles of leadership, and I'll get those right over to you, especially if you're at a point where maybe your teams are starting to come on, it's starting to go. It's time to really focus on how to be a leader, not a mother hen, but a true leader, how to lead from the front. And as a coach, I talk about that a lot, and how to take action versus just how to flap your gums or be a mother hen or try to get people to do stuff they don't want to do. Leading from the front and setting an example, people are going to lead. Remember, there's 3 types of people on your team that are on the team side. There's going to be your people 80, which is going to be about 80% of them. They're going to want to earn $0 to $500 a month. And notice I said 0 as part of that. They just want to be part of the culture. Or sometimes you might want to call them your incubators, right? They may incubate and take off a later time. Another group, the second part of the group, is the people that want to earn between up to $2,000 a month, somewhere between $500 and $2,000 a month. And then, of course, you have your 5%ers. Those are the people who just hand the ball and they take off and run with it. So just remember that not everybody on your team wants to make $1 billion. Some people just want to be there for the culture, and you got to love them where they're at. Share tools with them, invite them in, thank them for being customers, thank them for supporting your team. It's very, very important. If you lose your 80%ers, your business will go down the toilet faster than you can possibly shake your head at if you're only thinking recruit 5%ers, recruit 5%ers, recruit 5%ers. If you're on that gig, you probably really need to rethink your business, because you're losing out literally on 95% of the income that's going to be in your business. So said that to say this: 5 pillars of authentic leadership. In the fast-paced, dynamic world of rapid change, used to confined and distressed organizations, is now everyone's world. We are in a marketplace changing at a digital speed. You guys see it with so much disruption, new generations of hyper-connected world. And I mean, I have conversations, I have people on my team and people that I work with and people in my business that in the old days I would have never talked to, never had a relationship with, all because of social media and the internet. So it's absolutely cool. To enable an organization to thrive today, we've got 5 pillars. One is collaboration. Just know that you cannot do it yourself. So it's very, very important. Everything is moving very fast, and to have smart people making all the calls, organizations need to have inherently agile and collaboration. One of my favorite books is a book called Strength Finders. As a leader, that's something you definitely want to read into, because a lot of times it's better to focus on an individual's strengths rather than trying to focus on getting them better in their weaknesses, when you can find somebody else that's not so strong in that area and get them to do it. So now you have 2 people on your team with 2 strengths to accomplish that mission. Next thing is vision, right? American philosopher Eric Hoffer said, the leader who has to be a practical and realist, yet must talk the language of the visionary and the idealist. Therein lies the balance. Vision and strategy can be built collaboratively, and authentic leaders can help define the reality but then the leader must live a paradox of champion in the future and yet engage in purposeful motivation and practical realities of the present. So it's about setting goals, right? You got to be realistic in the goals that you're going to set and not overthink the vision and direction of your company. One of the things I really love about the CEO in our company, he's just a visionary, a realistic visionary, and he's very transparent. He was on a call on Saturday and just sat down and really went through all the new launches, all the new products, how the company's building, our new back office, our new dashboard. And people are freaking out, not realizing that technology, when you roll into a new technology, I know this, being in the sales business, is working with contact management systems, is when you load up a new one and you try to move your existing stuff over to the new one, it can really screw you over sometimes if it's not done right. You can lose lots of business and lots of customer contacts in a huge database. Actually happened to us once. Lost like 70% of our database because it wasn't done right, and they're just not retrievable, which is sad. So anyway, number 3 is empathy, right? We're all flawed human beings with all basic we all have bad days. Leaders who recognize that he or she is leading normal people and not just managing an outcome will engender a huge amount of loyalty, engagement, and productivity. Treating others as you would like to be treated yourself is a universal principle. Again, just remember, if you're a 5% driver, that's really cute, but not everybody in your organization wants to be there. They're human beings. They've got different things going on. So you've got to be empathetic to their personal deals. Now you can set up goals, but remember, just because your goal is X doesn't necessarily mean everybody on your team has that goal, especially when they have personal lives going on. So remember, your business is business, but there's also personal lives that you need to keep an eye on too. So number 4, groundedness. Truly authentic leaders have to be centered and balanced if they're to be effective and resilient. They often have something in their lives that allows them to take a broader perspective, putting the company and its people ahead of their own desires. So sometimes your head down hustle as a leader will set the example for people that want to step up. So along with being empathetic, you've got to be grounded in terms of your balance, in your integrity, and the things that you want to accomplish. We need to be mindful and care for ourselves, so we can effectively serve others. Take care of yourself. Be healthy. Get enough sleep. Drink enough water. Eat healthy food. Take care of yourself so that your mental ability and you're not going to snap off on somebody because you're stressed. You understand who to talk to. I was having this conversation yesterday when I went out to lunch with my my son-in-law's dad. We went out to lunch. My son-in-law and my daughter's getting married next month, so we had lunch. The guys had lunch together, and we talked about a story when I was the Naval Gunfire Support Instructor for the Pacific Fleet. I had this lieutenant who wasn't giving me grief. He was just being loud. And one of my jobs was to make sure that I trained my Navy guys on how to be exacting. I mean, they could not be a pencil lead thickness off when they were shooting a bullet at the bad guys over the good guys, the Marines out on the beach, or they could kill the wrong dudes, right? So happened to be, there was an admiral, he was Sink Pack Fleet. He was in the room, and he had the lieutenant, he said front and center. The lieutenant went over because he could hear the lieutenant sort of debating my expertise, right? And he said something to him. I don't know what it was, but the leader, the admiral, didn't turn around and scold the lieutenant in front of everybody and demean his leadership. He called him over. Whatever he said to him, the lieutenant came back, was lined up and ready to go to work. And it was very, very important that everybody on the team functioned at a certain level. And it was my responsibility to make sure everybody on that team functioned as a well-greased oil machine, so that when they shot and they had a call for fire out on the beach, fire mission out on the beach, that they were shooting the bad guys and not the good guys. And of course, the cool thing is I got to work with Marines on the Marine side and train them how to do call for fire on the beach, which was absolutely cool. It's one of the coolest jobs I ever had, man, especially when you have bullets flying over your head, killing the bad guys, which is neat. Anyway, number 5, ethical. If you don't have integrity, you have nothing at all. You can't buy it. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not a moral and ethical person, you have nothing. American businessman Henry Kravis' words sound a bit harsh and even judgmental, yet we know it to be true. Be ethical. If you're walking around your job and you're doing things, and you're walking around your business and you're doing things that are making your gut feel a little twingy, and you're looking over your shoulder, you're probably not being ethical. So if you'd like the 4 additional articles on leadership, shoot me a private message. I'll get those over to you. I love you. Jesus loves you. Have an absolutely wonderful day. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.